Shota, hi guys, I'm Judy, and today I'm going to be watching One Piece episode 400. Let's get into it. Check out my Patreon for full reactions. Subscribe. Let's go. Wait. Oh. He took in the juice after he told you. Oh. Damn, Hachi. Oh, Sun Pirates? That was their name? Yeah, how'd you escape that? Did he just get caught? I had a hard time believing Roger just got caught. But I guess there's no just about it. Ah, I knew it. You did it on purpose, didn't you? I knew it. Of course they did. Yeah. Oh, he was gonna die anyway? So he decided he might as well, die and go out in a blaze of glory. But he couldn't do anything.
ロジャーの命を取り留めつつ不可能と言われたグランドライン制覇を成し遂げたのだ。懐かしい。あのさん50年岬にいたんじゃねえのか
Apparently not.
海賊王のクルーだったのか。
Right, he was talking to Roger.
だって言ってた。
He was talking in his mind to Roger.
まだ元気でやっとるか。クロッカスは
About
何やら
Luffy.
探したい海賊団がいると乗船を承諾してくれたのだ。おいブルック、それ完璧におめえらを探しに海に出たんじゃねえかよ。クロッカスさん、そんなことまでして。あいつはロジャーは世間から海賊王と呼ばれるようになった。
Oh.
何もずっと海賊王だったわけじゃない。
Yeah, it makes sense. I think it's only that you don't set out to do it when there's no one else.
男に称号など何の意味もない。何事も派手にやらかすことが大好きな男でね。宴もそう、戦いもそう。
Or dying.
やがて船長命令により、ロジャー海賊団は人知れず解散し、全員バラバラに一人また一人姿を消した。
And people just assumed that all of the crew was captured. Oh, that's gonna be cool to come across, different members of the crew.
から1年が過ぎた頃、ロジャーは自首し逮捕され、あいつの生まれた町イーストブルーのローグタウンで公開処刑が発表された。
What a poetic sense.
海賊王の処刑に世界が注目していた。
Yeah, that's what he wanted, I guess.
俺は死なねえぜ、相棒。世界政府も海軍も驚いたろ。
Yeah, because he didn't die.
見せしめのため行った公開処刑の場が、
Because his name remained and
大海賊時代の幕開けの式典へと一変したのだからな。
Yeah. Drove everyone into the sea. That brilliant smile.
あの
Yeah.
人と笑った夜はない。我が船長ながら見事な人生だった。
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely seems so.
なんかすごい話聞いちゃったみたい。
じゃあ、まるでこの海賊時代は意図してロジャーが作ったみてえだな。
Yeah, that's what I figured it did.
答えかねる。今の時代を作れるのは今を生きてる人間だけだ
Yeah,
よ。
he just like incited it.
君のよく知るシャンクスもその一人だ。
Yeah.
シャンクス知ってんのか？
イーストブルーならバギーという海賊も知らんか？
We do.
あれらは二人ともうちの船で見習いをやってい
Yeah,
た。
they were.
シャンクスは海賊王の
Right, Luffy didn't know that.
トレードマークの麦わら帽子と左腕がなくなってた。訳を聞くと嬉しそうに君のことを話すんだ。
Oh.
船長のあの言葉。それ以来、いつかモンキー D ルフィ、君に会いたい。シャンクスが君に話していないことまで。
Of course not.
と
You
に
don't
か
want
く
to
ここ
spoil.
までよくたどり着いた。
俺も会いてえだ。
Oh.
さて、状況も状況。
What is going on, Robin?
D の意志って一体何？
Okay.
空島で見たポーネグリフに古代文字を使ってロジャーの名が刻まれていた。彼はなぜあの文字を操れたの？あなたたちは900年前に始まる空白の100年に世界に何が起きたのかを知ってるの？
If they do, I don't think they'll tell you. He'll tell you.
ああ、知っている。
Oh, okay. I mean, just admitting it is something.
我々は歴史のすべてを知って
But you're not gonna tell us.
慌ててはいけない。
Of course not.
君たちの船で一歩ずつ進みなさい。
I mean, okay, I guess it's a lot. It's a lot to take
大
in.
原もまた少々急ぎすぎたのかもしれん。
Oh, because it's dangerous.
君
Yeah.
たちに今ここで歴史のすべてを私が話しても今の君らには何もできやしない。聞きたいというならばこの世界のすべてを今話そう。
She's gonna say no. Damn. Yeah, you want to travel the world with them and get to your
やめ
answer.
ておく。旅を続ける。
Let's go. Okay, I like that. I like
全
that.
てが見えてくる。あいつはな、万物の声を聞けた。それだけのこと。
Okay. Cool. It's definitely different to hear about something than to learn about it yourself, step by step. Yeah. And experience it for yourself.
宝がどこにあるかなんて聞きたくねえ。宝があるかないかなんて聞きたくねえ。
Yeah, he doesn't have the easy
み
answers.
んなそうやって命がけで海へ出てんだよ。つまんねえ冒険なら俺は死ねえ。
Yeah.
かば、わかった。ワンピースについて知ったら死ぬ病だった。わあ、さん、何も喋んじゃねえぞ。やれるか、君に。
Yeah.
グランドラインは君にこの強固な海を支配できるか。
Of course we can. Okay, I'll wait for Luffy to say it. He'll do a better job.
支配なんかしねえよ。海で一番自由なやつが海賊王だ。
That was the greatest answer ever. I knew I should have waited for
私が
Luffy.
勝手に言ってくれ。
じゃあ適当にばらけて仕上がりの時間にそこへ集合でいいだろう。
Of
計
course.
画的に集合とかてめえ、どの口が言うんだ。
シャッキー、あれがあったろ。
ええ、一枚あるわよ。これってビブルカード。
それじゃあ3日間はサバイバルですね。よほほほ怖い。
That's insane.
3
Okay.
日後の夕刻と決めようか。
魚人島や俺たちが案内するから安心しろ。3日間介護に気ぃつけろ。
What do we need though?
安静にしとくんだぞ。
Like
3日後に会いましょう。
regular supplies or
見
something
送りに
special?
行くわね。じゃあ行くか。
おい。
We're just gonna hide? I don't understand how we're gonna pull it off. Oh wow. Damn. What an entrance. Jesus. That was impressive.
こちらキザル応答願
What
い
is
ま
that
す。
explosion? Jesus, okay. So I'm supposed to believe, I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to believe that because I don't really believe that we will somehow lay low for 3 days while this admiral is here actively looking for them. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so that's the story about Roger. That's what I expected. I expected that he wasn't really caught, I mean, okay. You hear about such a great figure. It was hard to believe that he was just caught. he was the king of the pirates, the first one ever to conquer the sea, the Grand Line, and the first king and stuff. He was so amazing, and everyone looks up to him and stuff. And he started, this great era. So yeah, it was just hard for me to, like, I don't know what story would have made, like, it would have had to be like a pretty elaborate story of how he got caught for something. So it made more sense to me that he deliberately gave himself up, and to think that, he did it because he was dying, so he was gonna do it. He was gonna go out in the most flashy, kind of influential way that he could, like really leave an impact on the world. And in that way, I guess that's what he meant when he said he wasn't gonna die, because everyone knows of him. Everyone, kind of like, so many people look up to him. So many people kind of model their lives now after him in some way or another. Trying to reach the same thing he did, or something along those lines. And yeah, it was really cool to kind of hear the same story again, but from, Rayleigh's point of view, and to know, more of the details, to know that Crocus was one of the crew for that short while. Yeah, I like edited the episode of Laboon not that long ago, so that's why he taught, like, he was just like, he met Luffy and he said, like, oh, this seems like, the pirate we've been waiting for, or something like that, right, Roger? Something like that. So, so I got the sense that he knew Roger, and yeah, okay, cool. I love how it all connects, kind of. And I loved Luffy's response for, like, because all this time, I don't think anyone ever asked him, what does it mean to be a king of the pirates? Because he was just saying it, like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, and you're kind of like, okay, like Roger, kind of, I don't know if Roger was actually, like, it seemed like, there wasn't really a role like that, like, no one was ever the king of the pirates, but people started calling him that. It wasn't really that he ruled over, I guess they did say they conquered the Grand Line. I don't know what that, actively means. They were strongest than anyone else, and, I don't know if they had an actual rule, but it seems like it, because it's to some degree, because Rayleigh was like, yeah, it's going to be hard to, rule over this, Grand Sea or something. And, like, he also assumed that's what Luffy wanted. And it's really funny how all this time we kept hearing Luffy, like, for like 400 episodes at this point, Luffy said he was going to be king of the pirates, and you were just like, okay, king of the pirates, he's going to, rule over everyone, all the pirates, that's what it means to be king. And it's not even what he thought, that was not at all what king meant to him. And the fact that he just needs to be like the freest person on the sea. I don't know what that means. Maybe that no one chases you. I don't know. Maybe free in terms of, like, maybe more likely, like, in terms of spirit, like, you like, you went on this, I don't know, greatest adventure ever, and you feel like you can do anything or something. I don't know what it means exactly to him. Maybe he doesn't know either. He just knows that that's what he wants, kind of this feeling, this elusive feeling or something, and he's going to get it no matter what, whatever that means. But I love that it was like that we took it so for granted. I think in the very first episode I asked, like, what does it mean to be king? Like if you get the treasure, you become king. Like, how does it work? You defeat everyone. Something. I think I asked at the very beginning because I didn't know what. And then it just became like, okay, he's gonna be king of the pirates. I don't know. Like, sure. I mean, that means that he's going to defeat everyone and rule over everyone. That's what a king does. And yeah, I loved Luffy's interpretation for it, and it's so like fitting into his character that he would look at it that way and not even realize that it was anything a little bit unusual or something, or not what anyone expected. Maybe Rayleigh was just I think Roger probably was like, I mean, we always hear that Roger and like Luffy reminds everyone of Roger or says the same things as Roger and stuff. So it feels like Roger is probably not, like, I don't know what it means to conquer exactly. Besides, like, you know, going through the Grand Line, mapping it in some way, like, you know, he was kind of like, the Grand Line was really chaotic when he went through it, and he kind of conquered it. I don't know. fought his way through it. I don't know exactly. But in any case, yeah, it doesn't feel like he, I mean, it definitely, he didn't set out to be king, whatever that means. So, you know, even for him, I don't think that's what he meant. I guess Rayleigh just kind of, it was like a test for Luffy to see really that he has, you know, I don't know, similar responses or something to Roger. Like I don't think anyone ever asked Roger, like, are you sure you can do it? Conquer the whole, you know, Grand Line or something. Not conquer, rule over. I don't know why we did ask him. I don't know. But anyway, like, not in the same way though, because there wasn't a king at the time. Roger was the first king, I think. Unless something else happened before that and we don't know about. But, you know, in the blank period. But that was really, really long time ago. If Roger was in the same position as Luffy, like following in the footsteps of someone else, maybe someone could have, like, tried to compare him and ask him, like, are you gonna, you know, rule over the Grand Line? And, but it's not, like, it's not the concept that Luffy ever intended, and I don't think it was Roger's either. Like, he just wanted, yeah, he just, like he said, when we were in Locktown, we saw that flashback, and he said, I'm going to the Grand Line because it's, you know, because it's an adventure, and, like, and no one's done it, and it's really hard, or something like that. Like he just wanted, you know, it was just the spirit of the thing, more than any concrete, like, goal, I guess. So, yeah, Luffy's definitely, yeah, following in his footsteps, and, like, without it kind of intending it, like, it just in his nature. And it was cool also that Robin kind of had the chance to learn everything that she, like, all her life she wanted to learn, and, you know, she lost, like, it was, like, kind of the source of all her trauma because everyone she knew was killed because of it. But because it's such a big deal, it makes a lot of sense not to just get it kind of like on a silver plate kind of told to you through someone who actually, like, had to, you know, go through the journey himself and learn and put the pieces together in his own way. Like in this way, he doesn't, like, kind of contaminate, kind of, you know, or you know, makes Robin kind of have this bias about what she's going to find. Like, if he told her everything at her, you know, level of experience and stuff, then she might, you know, like, he kind of dictates to her how he saw the things that he learned, and so she doesn't really get the chance to, you know, draw her own conclusions based on, you know, what she finds. So it makes a lot of sense to just kind of go in kind of fresh and just see, like, kind of put the pieces together herself, and then, you know, make her own conclusions. And like he said, maybe she can reach, like, a different answer than they did. So, you know, it's definitely, I feel like, the right choice, even if it's kind of like, oh god, like, all the answers are right there. But it's true, and it's exactly what Luffy said, that, you know, if we're going to go on an adventure where all, you know, where we know, like, even if there's still going to be surprises and we won't, like, it doesn't mean that we're going to be able to go, like, you know, face all the challenges and stuff. It's still, like, all the mystery of the adventure will be gone if we know the answer, you know, to the One Piece, to anything else, to the history. Then, you know, it takes out 90% of the adventure. So I totally get that. And I mean, Luffy just talked about how he wanted to be free, and I think being free isn't really following, like, I mean, he is following Roger's footsteps, but he's making his own way at the same time. Like he wants to make it on his own. It was really nice to hear about Shanks and how, you know, and to discover, I mean, like it's funny that Luffy kind of discovers things that we already discovered, like we were already told, and Luffy didn't know that, and then he's like, oh my gosh, Shanks was like on Roger's ship, and I was like, yeah, right. I was also surprised when I heard that. Anyway, so yeah, Shanks is waiting for him, and that was so sweet, like Luffy's reaction of like pulling his hat over his face, kind of like, that was really kind of childish in some way, really sweet. And yeah, and now Kizaru is here, and he, wow, what a bombastic entrance. Okay, let's see how long we can keep laying low. I'm not putting too much faith in that. Special thanks to my top Patreons: Writing Tier, Andy Plays All Night, Terranor, Michael Gabriel, Shadows Moon, and Marsh, and to the rest of my amazing Patreons who without their support I would never be able to keep on doing this. Thank you so much.